That's gonna be a good one.
And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here.
We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And it's going to be the man under center who brings him out, now in his 9th NFL season.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. They give it to him again. And this one doesn't go far. They get those 2 yards back, but now it leaves them with 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun here. That's to the rookie out of Michigan State. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterbacking. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a big old win last week.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 34. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll try and run this. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He calls his own number again. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Hang on now. Looks like we've got an injured player out there and in need of some aid. So we'll step away briefly as they work on him. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
So on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal attempt. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Fielded at the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
At the 25-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. He'll look to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Trying the right side. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
He'll throw it. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and are working to stretch that out to 4. Motioning him from the slot right. They'll run here on 1st down. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Walker to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Back to throw. Walker. Looking for a target. They find Smith. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll give them a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Slot man in motion right. Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. And 3rd and short.
That's caught for the first. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Simple dive up the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Walker. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion left. Shotgun now on 3rd down. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
And a little space is all he needed to reach that 35-yard line. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. Time to begin the 2nd quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Taken in by Smith. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Walker looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that gives them the first. They send the tight end in motion. Now Walker. Completed over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's Walker. The throw is caught. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5. Walker setting up to throw. Getting out to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the pressure drives them backwards. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Walker. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line.
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. That one splits the uprights. And his guys make it a 10-point ball game. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Another drive coming up for this offense. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You could feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's brought down after a modest gain up to the 46. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 46. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to the air here. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10, looking to throw. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
And he works this to the 38 before going down. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And the deficit remains 2 scores.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They'll throw to begin this drive. He sends this one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this, but this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air, and the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Now they'll try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys take a 3-possession lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
The give here on 2nd. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They're throwing it. He's got a man left. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it. Lone back gets the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Dump off caught by his back.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10 now. He's got it over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Pass play coming here. It is caught left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Big gain, 14 on the play. And they'll have 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. Looking slant route complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one right down the middle. And his guys cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Nixon now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Walker. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Dumps it off to his running back.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 16. Has it in close. And in for the touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys take a 3-possession lead.
Our home team, 7.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. This offense getting to take the field one more time in the half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. They go play action on 1st. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Pass play now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Setting up a throw. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our 1st half. They send a tight end in motion. On 1st down, they'll run. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. Now it's time we checked in around the league. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin our tour of the trip up to Toronto, Canada, where you see the final score there. From there, let's head off and check out a 2nd game. And you can see they are out in front in that one. was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Nixon now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Handoff now out of the gun. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there, and it'll give them a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
He's on the move. He'll step up, and there he goes. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Throwing here, Walker. Caught for big yards on the right side. Big man showing up the yards. And he's in. Touchdown. These guys grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys make it a 24-point ball game.
Our home team, 7.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense headed back to the field. That score pushed the deficit to 24, so every opportunity to chip away at it important as they take the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Dumped off to his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Plowing up the middle. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Finds his back complete. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And again, they stalled him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Punt team on the field. And he'll try to hit this one well. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. This offense ready to get going again now. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger. He's made it look easy.
He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Walker setting up to throw. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 43. Taken in by Smith. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Low right side, caught by Smith. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running this one left. And this one does not go far. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Walker looking to throw. Connecting on a slant. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a pickup of 11. And they're going to have a 1st down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down from the red zone. Has it in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Walker to throw. And he breaks up that throw for the moment. A good defensive play as we hear what this flag's about.
Downfield. Offense.
So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag.
Still 2nd down.
Could that penalty come back to haunt him? It's another 2nd and goal. They are throwing it again. He's got it. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
I get in baseball. That 27th out, it's just different than the other 26. And these 100 yards and these inches right near the goal line, well, they're the toughest to get. And this defense, give them some credit, man. Put a gold star by that effort to hold them inches away on the previous down and then to get the sack. game-changing kind of plays.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that grows the lead to 27.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 28. Finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll give him a first down. He's going to throw this one. That's going to be caught by Carter. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. So much to the chagrin of this crowd, that challenge flag is out, and they want to take another look.
Is under review.
So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this. He did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
Well, that didn't break out how they thought it would, and they're going to lose the first of their 3 timeouts for their trouble. Handoff on 2nd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
Ball start. Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. This will be caught by Parker. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. This one, well, it has been a rough watch for the hometown guys. Their side getting blown out as we begin the 4th. Third and just 2 to go. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they're left with 4th and short. Trying to push this past the marker. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first. They give it to him again. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 32. Catch made by Carter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Textbook hitch route. Hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings them to third down. Throwing now off play action. Cut near the goal line. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. Working inside the red zone. And that's cut in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys making the scoreboard look a touch better. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Along the sideline past midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be a first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run now on second down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3 yards puts them back on the right track. Now they've got 3rd and 9. They're going play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he will take this in. Touchdown. These guys keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys grow their lead yet again. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Their offense running back out now. And you and I both know, Brock, they, like so many teams in this league, fans of establishing the run to begin a football game. Well, I'm looking at my watch, I'm looking up at the scoreboard. We're sometime into this one now, and they still haven't been able to establish it against this defense.
Yeah, kind of like when we walk into a defensive meeting room and sit with the D coordinator, and what is his #1 premise each and every week? Stop the run. Stop the run.
Yep.
Because you know if you create that kind of imbalance and you take away the run, you have a chance of playing pretty good defense like they've done.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. And the covered just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Brings up third down and 2.
Back to throw now. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up fourth down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up fourth and short. They'll run for this. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. What a call. They wind up with 12 on fourth down and pull off the conversion.
10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to pass on first and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Here's a throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. This finds Carter complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll throw it again. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll give him a first down. Still sticking with the passing game. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! These guys putting up points in a game decided. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one right down the middle. And his guys still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. And they aren't able to get it back. The hands team does its job. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it. Even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys moments away from their 4th win of the year. Ball at the 33 for first down. Back-to-back carries here. And he cuts it back right. He does it. Touchdown! These guys put up even more points in a win. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front. Receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys continue piling on to this lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes their offense out again. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. They'll get this one to Parker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up 1st down. Dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. They'll throw it. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. Lone back gets the handoff. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. They'll run here on 1st down. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. This celebration begins for our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.